And today we're talking to Eric McCormack. The new show is called Trust Me.
This is a great show. I'm really proud of it, and I'm really happy to be out plying my wares and selling them because I think this is a terrific show.
You know, when I first saw the set, it reminded me of, remember the advertising agency on 30-something?
Yeah, I mean, I've been describing this as kind of 30-something with a kind of a Boston legal nuttiness to it, but it's definitely that. It's not, people were talking about Mad Men. I mean, it's a very, very different show than Mad Men. Certainly funnier. It's a real nice mix. I mean, unfortunately, they've never created a word different than the word dramedy, which is probably one of the worst words ever. But that's kind of what it is. It's an hour, it's a drama, but it's very, very funny as well.
Now, since you're playing a role where you're in advertising, are you looking at advertising differently now?
You know what? A little bit. I'm finding that because when the show comes on, we're watching it live. Which we rarely do these days. Everyone's TiVoing everything, but right. I'm watching it live. And then, of course, the commercials come on. I go to TiVo. It's like, oh, man, that's right. We're watching it live. And all of a sudden, I mean, I've just watched a scene about, pitching an idea or selling a tagline. And then all of a sudden, you're watching the next commercial going, a whole team of people had to do this to make this commercial happen. So, yeah, for sure.
And we're on with Eric McCormack. The show is called Trust Me. It's on Monday nights on TNT. And, these days, advertisers have to be so much more creative because of TiVo and DVR, like you just mentioned. So product placement, is that going to be something that we're going to see more of in Trust Me?
Well, what's interesting, we call it product integration.
Oh, sorry.
But the reason we do is because it is integrated in our show. I mean, we actually have, in the initial few episodes, we have a sort of a fake product that we're selling called Arc Mobile. But for the rest of the run, we have, Buick, Rolling Rock, Dove. These people are playing, they're not people, but the products are playing themselves. And so I think the show is very authentic anyway because it's written by two guys that were in the Chicago ad business for 10 years. But then to add to that we're actually talking about products that people know and buy, I think it makes it feel real. And I think the show would suffer if we couldn't, use these things. So it's not like we're all of a sudden going for a nice tight close-up on the bottle of Rolling Rock, but it's there, and they're hearing it, and I think it makes you feel like you are there.
Are you happy to be playing a straight man?
Yeah, that's a nice change.
Yeah.
That's a nice change. Yeah. I think I figured that was the one thing I knew when Will and Grace was over. I thought, well, two things. One, I think I probably shouldn't do a sitcom again. I should shake that up. And two, probably the next character should be straight.
Yeah, because I bet, a lot through your career after Will and Grace, I'm sure, how many gay men hit on you?
Not nearly enough. But
did you watch the Grammy Awards last night?
I didn't. Did anything outrageous happen?
Did anything outrageous happen?
Doesn't sound like it by your response. I was waiting for that one thing, like Britney kissed a gerbil or something.
That would have been hot. I would love to have seen that. But I don't know. I think some of the highlights were definitely, U2 and Coldplay and, a lot of those bands.
Sounds like a good night. I've been trying to catch up because every year we go to a big Oscar party, and I've seen virtually nothing because of my hours lately. So I had a screener of The Wrestler last night, which I watched.
And how did you like? What's funny? You mentioned that. The other night, 9.5 Weeks was on.
Oh, yes.
Okay. And I'm looking at Mickey Rourke, and I'm like, he was so gorgeous.
Yeah. It's really bizarre. It's really bizarre. The movie, you get to really, really examine his face in this film. He's brilliant in it. It's a really touching movie. But you at the end of it, after 2 hours, you're still going, what made that happen? Was that just punches? Was that punches and Botox? I don't know. It's some weird combination.
Well, yes, he did become a boxer, which messed up his face quite a bit.
Yeah.
But have you run into him in Los Angeles with his dogs?
No, I've never actually run into him. He looks better when you see him on the award shows these days. He looks a little healthier than he does in the movie. The movie, it's like it's a face made of putty.
So you go to an Oscar party every year. You're not going to the actual Oscars this year.
Well, it's the next best thing. We for years have gone to the big Elton John party. Elton's husband now, David Furnish, and I went to high school together.
Is that right?
Yeah. So we've for years been friends of theirs, and they always have a great party. And every year there is a kind of a contest, as there are at all Oscar parties, to see who gets the most right. And twice I've won this contest.
Is that right?
Yeah. And one year I won for the guy. They give away a Chopard watch, and one year I won the guy's watch, and my wife won the girl's watch, and we were not very popular that year.
Why? Because people are pissed? They're
They were like, the fix was in. And then since then, that was several years ago, but since then, every time we go to the party, people are like, so... what are you writing down? They're looking over our shoulders like we're the smart kids in school. That's hysterical.
Does it seem like some of those parties this year are maybe being canceled because of the economy, or is that still...
I wonder if I don't know if they'll be canceled. I mean, everyone's going to watch, but will they be tooled back a bit? Maybe. You know, it's a really bizarre time.
It is, and I know Elton's party is a big benefit because Elton has a lot of Atlanta connections. He lives here part-time.
Yes, he does, and a beautiful apartment there. I think probably that's the point, is that Elton's has always been a big fundraiser for the Elton John AIDS Foundation, and I think all the more reason to hold it, because as everybody's suffering, charities are really suffering.
Hey, let's back up a minute. You've been to Elton's apartment?
In Atlanta, no.
Okay.
We've stayed with them in London.
Okay, so the show is called Trust Me. I am trusting that this is going to be a huge hit. It's a great, great show. You and your partner have terrific chemistry.
Yeah, it's a pretty. I love selling it on that, because I think people are going to get a kick out of it. The caffeinated repartee of Kavanaugh and I, which we really didn't see coming. We knew it was on the page. We thought, well, let's hope. Each of us was hoping the other would bring it, and we did. We were quite pleasantly surprised at how well we worked together.
Now I'm curious to know if advertising executives are going to start stopping you on the street saying, you should have thought of this, or...
Well, I got to tell you, I'm kind of proud of this, because the show was created by advertising guys, and they're very, very nitpicky. I mean, I've had just the last couple of days, because it's only been on for 2 weeks, but I've had marketing people coming up saying, "That's it, you got the world." I mean, those are the things that happen, and I think people appreciate just a look at some world they don't know. I mean, we've got lots of doctor and lawyer shows and cop shows, but I think there's some other worlds that need exploration, and the ad world is really a cutthroat, and these days very kind of desperate world, a world of guys and gals working real hard to stay afloat.
Well, I think this is going to be great for you, and at least Eric, you don't have to learn crazy medical terms or law terms.
That's right.
I look at those actors on like Grey's Anatomy. I'm like, oh my God, how much do they have to? You have to sound authentic. At least advertising probably feels a lot more comfortable.
For sure, and I hopefully if we run for 10 years. I'll probably never have to say the word forensics, and that makes me happy.
This is a great show for you. Congratulations on your success. Eric McCormack, I'm a huge fan. I loved Will and Grace, and
Thank you.
I love this show, too.
It was great talking to you.
Nice talking to you, too. Next time you come to Atlanta, come visit us, all right?
I sure will.
Okay, Eric, take
Bye.
care. Bye-bye.